Now we look at the various planning tools in the AiM-OPTIMISER. There's three main tools in the planning section. The optimizer, looking at the longer term, should you be more or less aggressive on your pricing. The price strategy, which then looks at the on versus off promotion mix. And then the planner, which is the week by week detailed plans by pricing, distribution, etc. In the optimizer, we look at the if the price is from you've got the off promotion price and your current price, and if your pricing went down to the right or up to the left, this is average pricing, what would happen to your volumes? The green line is the volumes, that shows it is elastic. The blue line is showing that there is total profit pool gain, so that's the retailer and the brand owner. Unfortunately, in this, at margin maintenance, it shows that if this brand were to promote harder, it would make less profit, whereas the retailer will continue to increase their profitability. It opens on the first single SKU on this page. However, if you want to look at doing this and take the elasticities to a portfolio level, then it groups these together by the elasticities. So if I click on there, then we see all of the SKUs that are in that portfolio, depending on how it's been grouped. Same shape of the patterns here, showing price down to the right and up to the left. At this level, you can decide which SKUs you want to have in, including or excluding any of them. If you change any of these, just refresh the SKUs. It automatically takes out any with a very low price to volume relationship to stop skewing any of the figures. In this page, you look at the elasticities by each product. Then that says what effect would that have on the potential volume change. So in this, if you took the whole portfolio down by 3% or be more aggressive on pricing, then these are the volume increases you would get. Turning that into the actual volumes, because we have that from the data. And then it comes down to the total brand profit, the total profit pool, which is both, and then the retailer's profit. So as we saw before, we can see that it would be less profitable for the brand on margin maintenance to be more aggressive in this case. However, the total profit pool would go up, so there is room for a negotiation. And at margin maintenance, we see that the retailer would make more money. Moving on to the price strategy, again, you can select an SKU or a portfolio. When you select to move, it'll give you the option to leave if you haven't saved anything. If you want to save it, then you can, and just by bringing that down and clicking save. So moving on to the price strategy. In all of the tools, if it's a white box, it's an input, so you can put something in there and change it. So if we wanted to change any of the pricing here for the off promotion price, we decide to make that 50 rather than 44, we can instantly see, well, what effect would that have on the volume and the profit? And again, we can do that for the on and off promotion. So once you've seen, well, which ones might increase my volume and my profit, and made a decision on the mix, you can then go to the planner, which is the weekly planning tool, again, by SKU or by portfolio. This opens up 52 weeks, and each of these models has an error level marked on it. So to see, it's measured on looking at last year's pricing, running through the model and finding out what the model says the volume would be and what the actual was. So this is looking at 99.1% accurate on this one. The blue is last year. The yellow is you making a plan. The line above here shows the seasonality. So if it's a 1, then that's an average week. Anything green is better than average. Everything red is worse. So ideally, to promote the at the bigger times. So the greener it is, the better. You can also change any of the pricing, and it'll automatically change the volumes. So in this is at 44, and the next week it's gone to 32. So if we move that to 32, so promote a week earlier, and straight away we can see that the volumes have changed. Up here it shows you what difference does that make your plan versus last year. So the volume here is up 1.7, but as we haven't changed any of the profitability in the background, the brand profit is actually down 0.1, depending on who's paying for the promotion. There's a great deal of detail behind here. Both the optimizer and the planner have the option to open up lots of different measures. So here you can put all the different measures and discounts that you want in, and including, well, looking at last year's promotions. So if I click on that, you can either display that as a one-off, or if you want to save that as your view, you can. I'll just display this selected, and that's opened up these other areas, which is the promotional effectiveness. Same goes for the plan. We can add things in there, and you can also run this at a portfolio level. Going back to the right-hand side, the help column here for further details. All of these training guides are available for download just by clicking on them. And so for further information, please go there and download those. There's quick start guides and the full training, and also a guide giving a description of the problem you're trying to solve and then where to go to. So thank you, and for any more information, please get in contact with us here.